Hi, my name is Megan Holdeman, and I am the founder and director of a new organization called Greener Theater Colorado. Our mission is to mobilize and organize the Colorado performing arts industry toward climate positive practices. And today we're going to talk about rechargeable batteries. I have been an audio engineer for almost 12 years, mostly in the musical theater industry, and I have worked all over town, including Town Hall Arts Center, Pace Center, Lone Tree Arts Center, DCPA, Aurora Fox, and then I've also been on tour with a Broadway musical. It was Bandstand. And I've been using rechargeable batteries in microphones for pretty much exclusively for about the last 5 years of my career. So I can tell you that they're definitely reliable for show use, but there are some tips and tricks about how to make sure that they are reliable in the first place and also that they stay reliable. So let's get started. So first off, I'm going to just give you a little bit of an overview. It's going to include some terminology and just some info about what you need and how to use it before we get into a demonstration. Assuming that your microphones take AA batteries, what you're going to want is high capacity AA batteries. A big mistake that people usually make is by not getting high capacity, and then they don't have enough power for a long enough period of time to actually use in shows. So high capacity means about 2,500 milliamp hours or more. That's MAH, milliamp hours. These are a couple of brands that I recommend, Tenergy and EBL. These are ones I've used, but really as long as it's a high capacity battery, it should do the trick. Then I also have recommended this particular charger. This is the PowerX MHC940 charger. And one of the reasons I like this charger is because it defaults slow charge rather than fast charge, which I'm going to tell you about in a second. But it also has an analyzer. So at the end of a condition cycle, which I will also tell you about in a second, it will tell you the capacity of the battery so you can keep up with the health of your batteries over time. And then assuming that your microphones also take two AA batteries, just make sure that you always get at least 2 sets of batteries per microphone. So that's 4 batteries per microphone. Now, for charging and conditioning. Always, always, always slow or soft charge your batteries. Those terms are pretty interchangeable for chargers. Fast charging is not bad. It's not going to do any damage to your batteries, but over time, it can be really hard on them. At the end of a fast charge cycle, you might notice that the batteries feel really warm. And a slow charge, they're not warm at the end of the cycle. It's just a little easier on them, and it's better for the longevity of your batteries. And then at the end of about each production run, it always seems to be a good timing to do it just at the end of the production run after closing. Put all of your batteries through a condition cycle. So what a condition cycle is going to do is it's going to completely discharge and then completely recharge your battery. It takes about 24 hours. And it's kind of a reset for the memory of the battery, how much charge it can hold. And then if you've gotten an analyzer, again, it's going to tell you the capacity of the battery, so you can see if it's still reading high enough around that 2,500. And any batteries that read below 1,800 is when I stop relying on them for show use. So that's when I would retire those batteries. You can use them for other things. I just wouldn't use them in microphones anymore. And that also kind of allows you to stay on top of your stock. So instead of having to guess or replace everything at once, you can kind of keep track of how many batteries are not reliable anymore, and you can replace them as needed. Next thing is storage. So when your batteries are not going to be in use for more than a month, so maybe the off season, it's recommended that you store them with about 50% charge. Really, as long as it's not all the way dead or all the way charged, that's going to be a little bit better for the health of your battery. And don't store them in the chargers or in the microphones. Pandemic is an example of that. You just never know what's going to happen, so it's better to just store them in a bin. And then when you're ready to pull them back out again, so they've been in storage for more than a month, it's recommended to put it through a condition cycle. It's just going to kind of revive the battery after it's been sitting for a while. And then again, you're going to be able to see the capacity at the end of it, so you can determine whether or not you can rely on it for show use, retire if it's below 1,800. Now we're going to do a little bit of a demonstration, so keep watching. Here we have my preferred charger. This is a PowerX MHC940. The link will be in the description. This one has the capacity for AA and AAA batteries. One reason I like this charger is because it defaults slow charge rather than fast charge. So it'll only fast charge if you use the turbo button, which is this button here on the right. and it also has an analyzer. So at the end of a condition cycle, it will tell you the capacity of the battery so that you can keep track of the capacity of your battery so you know whether you can trust them or not. Here I have an EBL 2800 milliamp hour battery. It's one of the batteries I talked about before. It's a high capacity battery. Any high capacity battery will do. This is just the one I had on hand. So as I put this battery on the charger, you can see the screen lights up and it registers that it has a battery. So the number that you see here, this is how much charge we're putting on the battery. Don't use this number for any information. If you're using AAA batteries with this charger, you want to make sure it catches this first contact. There's 2 contact points on here. This one's for AA's and this is for AAA. So you just want to make sure that it catches that. If you need to fast charge, after you put the battery on the charger, you hit this turbo button down here on the right and you will see turbo lights up. So it is going to fast charge the battery. It's going to take about 2 hours. Now, to condition your batteries, this button down here on the left is the condition button. As you put the first battery in the charger, push the condition button, condition is going to light up, and this is going to completely discharge your battery, then recharge it. So here we are 24 hours later at the end of the condition cycle. So we can see is that we were in condition and that we're done. And then the number you can see on the screen is the capacity. So 2076 milliamp hours out of the original 2800. So I think this is still good. 2076, pretty good. We're getting close, but we're still gonna use it for shows. Here we have a slightly cheaper option for charger. This is the PowerX MHC800S. This one does not have an analyzer. So at the end of the condition cycle, you won't see the capacity. You'll just see that it's done. And this one defaults fast charge rather than slow charge. So kind of in the reverse of what I showed you on the other one, we have the soft charge button here on the right. So if you put batteries on this charger, it's going to default fast charge. They're going to be really hot at the end of the process. If you want a slow charge, as you put the battery on, you hold down the soft charge button. This one's a little harder to see, but you'll see soft charging has illuminated and the battery's registered. Then to condition your batteries, it's almost identical to the other one and to the soft charge. So you actually hold down the condition button as you put the first battery on the charger. Again, that's going to light up. You see it says condition here. It's going to condition the battery just like the other one, 24 hours long. But it doesn't have an analyzer. It'll just say done at the end. Now, what to do with your batteries when they have reached the end of their life cycle. Actually, Greener Theater Colorado just launched a new e-waste pickup program for small to mid-sized theaters in the 7-county metro area. Upon request, a volunteer will come pick up to 50 pounds of e-waste, which will include batteries, from participating theaters at no cost to the theater. All you have to do is email megan@greenertheatercolorado.org, and we will be funding this program through donations. We have 501c3 nonprofit status, so donations are tax deductible, and any donations we receive will help fund this program and any other future programs we have on the way. You can head to our website, greenertheatercolorado.org, Theater RE, to learn more about the e-waste pickup program, about what's accepted in that program, to learn more about Greener Theater Colorado in general, or to donate. Thank you so much for watching.